So tell me about the anchors. Yep.
Okay. There were 2 anchors on there. I think, my mind's not as good as it used to be, but I think they were 32 ton apiece. And then the links were 360 pounds apiece. And they were probably, I'd say 4 foot long, each link.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had a room there where you could get down and you could see the chain going out if they drop anchor.
Uh-huh.
And it was funny, when I was talking about the anchors now, we were in Italy one time, because we would go over there, Italy and Greece and all those countries, and make stops at certain points. And we went into Naples one time. We were there twice, I think, but the one time we went in, you were about 2 miles away from the land, because the ship was so deep in the water, displaced so much water, that you couldn't get in there because of the sand and stone and land. So we dropped anchor. We were there about a week, and you could get on they had power boats there, Chris Crafts, believe it or not, the same ones were made in up here years ago. They were 55 footers, and they would take you, 20 or 30, get on there, and they'd go into the shore. They told you that you could stay the day, but you had to be back at the pier such and such a time, because these things would come in and pick you up and take you to the ship. And if you don't make it back, you're not going to get on the ship. You would be stuck there. So there was no fooling around while you were there. And we were there about a week. And then when we went to pull out, I was on the wheel, which that was my job, to steer the ship. We were getting ready to back out of there, and the captain said, raise the anchor and bring up the anchor. And so when they brought it up, so that we were free and we could maneuver, then there was no anchor on the end of the chain. When it went overboard, which they only put one at a time, there was 2 anchors on there. That was always, one was reserve anchor, 32 ton apiece, and the chains were 30. I just told you a minute ago, they were 360 pounds apiece, the links. And when we brought it up, there was no anchor on it. It was gone. And here, I guess, they figured that there must have been a big rock or something down there. When the anchor hit it, it broke off. So they had to send back to the United States to make an anchor that size again, and they would ship it across by ship. And they knew where we were going to be at our next port of call, and they would put the other anchor back on.
That must have been a process.
It's amazing. And the ship didn't move either, because like when the tide comes in, the ship would swing around where the tide would push it. But yet the ship stayed where it's a wonder that the thing doesn't go inshore and get aground then, because there's only one anchor down. We had 2 anchors, but we only ever used one.
And that one was off. That had already been disconnected. They just didn't know it.
The only thing that was holding us there was the chain on the bottom, they figure.
And it was heavy enough.
Yeah. I don't know how many links were on the bottom of
Oh my gosh.
was. And,
wow.